offense that this Penn State defense will have to deal with, and that includes especially Jillian Grimes, the libero.
And Penn State's defense is going to have to be big today.
One Nebraska on the road tonight, one of just 2 unbeatens remaining in the country at 12-0. Penn State has taken its ups and downs, 7-5 this season, still trying to get things figured out after winning a national title a year ago, and off we go from Penn State. Dug up by Riley, chased down Alec, and a free ball back to Penn State. Back set, it's Martin again, she goes off speed and drops it down in front of Olivia Mount. Goes off speed and drops it down in front of Olivia Mount.
First 2 sets of the match going to number 18 in white. She is one of the best players in the country. Second right now in Division I in kills per set. She's going to score a lot of points over there for Penn State.
Had 34 kills this weekend in a 4-set loss to UCLA. Alec is tipped back up front by Jordan Hobb, and it's Penn State who begins the night 2-0.
Biggest thing for Nebraska in this match, playing in an environment like Rec Hall when it's sold out and all these fans are cheering against you, is to not allow Penn State to go on runs and kill that momentum fast.
Riley back set, Virginia Adriano. It's a point for Nebraska off the deflection. It hit the antenna in the first point of the night for the Huskers.
Left side blocking for Penn State is going to be really big today, whether that's Emmy Selman or Caroline Juravicius. Nebraska likes to run a lot on the right side of the court.
Got it. Far pin, Adriano goes cross court, and she's got the first 2 kills of the night for Nebraska. As there's a look at Danny Busboom-Kelly. First year at Nebraska after spending the last few years at Louisville, where she developed one of the best programs in the country. Lost to this Penn State team in the national final. Back set, Martin picked up by Malk. That's a great dig. Murray's first touch is off speed. Jackson tight to the net. Bergen Riley, back row swing, and it's a kill. Terea Sigler gives Nebraska its first lead of the night.
Nebraska runs one of the best back row attacks in the country. It's so difficult because they have 2 hitters in the same zone, a middle as well as a back row coming through. You don't know who to go to block.
Just a little bit wide on the swing from Jordan Hobb. Really good response from Nebraska after falling behind 2-0 early to score 4 straight.
Yeah, that's what makes Nebraska difficult. They don't let teams go on runs.
Another swing from Martin. She's turned back. Overpass is shoved into the corner and perfectly placed by Harper Murray. Katie Schumacher-Cauley, 4th-year head coach for Penn State, led the Nittany Lions to their first national title in a decade last year, going 35-2, beating Nebraska in the Final Four, beating Louisville in Louisville for the national championship. Cross court, Malk is there. Overpass is drilled down by Emmy Selman.
Penn State's attackers look absolutely locked in to start this match. You can tell by the look in their eyes, as well as how hard they're hitting. They've won this match.
Jackson, sliding attempt there, but couldn't play it. It's a point for Nebraska.
Here's where Nebraska is so tough because their passing is so good. They're always putting Bergen Riley, for the most part, up at the net, and she has all options, which is one of the reasons why Nebraska leads such a balanced attack, because that back row is so good.
5 players for Nebraska average at least 1.9 kills per set. They are so balanced top to bottom offensively. Martin back row, dug up by Sigler. Harper Murray has to climb the ladder to get there. Back row, Sigler, Martin can't dig it up, and she's got a couple kills in a row.
Nebraska again going to the back row attack. They have Terea Sigler. She's a freshman outside. She plays in a defensive specialist role, so you'll only see her in the backcourt, but she still makes sure to be an offensive weapon back there as well.
Couple back row kills already for Sigler, the true freshman from Scottsdale, Arizona. Off the hands, Malk plays it. Riley dumps it over on 2.
Really smart play from Bergen Riley, the setter, number 2 in black. making sure to establish herself as an offensive, credible player. A lot of the experience out on the court has been playing next to each other for a few years now.
4 returning All-Americans for this Nebraska team. They're on an 8-1 run out of the timeout, and Harper Murray adds to it, drilling it down to the floor.
What's scary about Harper Murray is she gets better and better as matches go on. Sometimes we'll see her tip a roll shot early, right away. She's swinging high, going for the hands right off the block and down.
Couple early kills for the 2-time All-American. Lying tight to the net. That swings a little bit long, and there was no touch. Emmy Selman was asking for it, but she doesn't get it, and that Nebraska run continues.
Nebraska right now on a 10-1 run. Adriano doing a phenomenal job in the backcourt serving right now, putting a lot of pressure on the Nittany Lions.
It was a 2-0 start for Penn State. They got out of the gates really well, but Nebraska has answered and then some. Martin back row is rejected, and it's the setter, Bergen Riley.
Penn State's going to have to settle in the backcourt, getting these balls up to the setter, Addie Lyon, so they can move things around a little bit. Andy Jackson, one of the most dynamic players, middle of your screen right now, just does a really nice job, handwork, pushing him over the net.
Lyon back set. Martin cross court with a laser beam to put an end to that long Nebraska run.
That's the side out that Penn State needed. When the Nittany Lions are in need of a point, every time they're going to go to Kennedy Martin. Doesn't matter if she's in the front or backcourt, Martin is the go-to.
Well, and then I think beyond that too, Emily, the question really for Penn State is who's going to develop into that number 2, because it's been a lot of just Kennedy Martin and really no help beyond that.
Yeah, well, Kennedy Martin puts up career numbers. She had 34 kills against UCLA. Penn State still lost that match. Penn State has to find some other production. Ideally from the left side, maybe you get a middle, but they're not typically that high enough kill percentage, or production rather. They're going to need someone else to start putting balls down. Andy Jackson again, 15 in black, working so hard to get up off the block, get off the net, and get into that approach.
Down the line, it's wide left from Juravicius on her first swing, and it's all Nebraska up 9 here in the first.
These are the rotations where Penn State can sometimes struggle with. Addie Lyon, number 7 in white, shorter setter up front. Look for Nebraska to attack that by setting the outsides.
And right on cue, a joust at the net is won by the taller setter in Bergen Riley.
Yeah, so Addie Lyon coming in just 5'9" on Penn State's front row. She's playing right front. If she's chasing a ball down, that's a massive advantage for Nebraska in that size mismatch.
Well, Addie Lyon was not expected to be the main setter this year for Penn State. Izzy Stark announced she was stepping away from the program really early into the season as this Nebraska defense continues to roll.
When Nebraska's playing as good defensively as they are right now, that means offensively on the other side, you got to figure out ways to keep it balanced, maybe speed things up a little bit, but keep it off the net.
Martin tools the block.
Martin right now really the only player that's been able to score high enough points. Emmy Selman, 1 kill. Kennedy Martin right now with 3. Penn State just hasn't been able to generate offense from anybody else.
Roll shot is picked up. Lyon goes far side, dug up by Mount with a one-arm dig. Lane fair cross court, pounds it through the defense.
That kill all starts because Olivia Mauck in the back row generates that up. Impressive in right back. She's able to get a one-hander and get it up for that transition play.
Made the switch to her just a couple weeks ago. It had been Lainey Choboy who had been the libero to start the season. They switched to Olivia Mauck, and they feel really confident with both of them. Just fantastic back row defenders. Overpass, and Penn State can't do anything with it. Miscommunication along that front line results in a Nebraska point.
Yeah, just a missed opportunity on the Nittany Lions side, not taking control of those.
At that moment, that's what it ended up being, is 2 sets. Penn State pulled off the reverse sweep to advance to the national title match where they beat Louisville for their first title in a decade. Revenge has been on the mind of Nebraska ever since, after losing both matches to Penn State a year ago. And they're out to such a great start here in the first set, and it continues. An ace from Andy Jackson makes it a 13-point lead.
Andy Jackson going after her former teammate in Caroline Juravicius, who's really only in the passing rotation for this one half rotation. Really smart for Nebraska to target her.
Penn State team that's got 2 Nebraska transfers on it. Penn State again out of system, and free ball attempt that never clears the net. Penn State is struggling right now.
Yeah, just a few uncharacteristic errors for Penn State as well. We saw a miss overpass a few points ago. That time just a communication error.
That's how all Penn State fans feel right now. Juravicius is denied. Juravicius one more time is rejected again. Back row, Murray, sliding dig, but an overpass. Nebraska in system. Off the slide, it's Rebecca Alec.
Rebecca Alec has elevated her game tenfold this year. That's one of the reasons why she was recently named the National Player of the Year watch list, because both sides of the game, she is dominating right now. That slide attack is the biggest improvement we've seen from her.
47 players on that watch list now, 4 of them from Nebraska, as Andy Jackson serves sails long, and Penn State gets a much-needed point. I mean, think about that. Almost 10% of the National Player of the Year watch list is from Nebraska.
Yeah, that's what you get. It feels like every year from Nebraska. Multi-All-Americans coming back. We knew coming into the season having 4 All-Americans, the most of any roster. Really impressive what they've been able to do, and they've lived up to it. Undefeated right now, 12-0.
Back row, Selman denied again by Alec.
Nebraska's just completely shutting down Penn State right now. I mean, a 21-6 set, you rarely see that even if you're playing a mid-major team, let alone Penn State, the number 16 team in the country.
A nearly flawless first set for the Huskers.
Here's some of those offensive jumps that we've seen from Rebecca Alec, and this year, the best of her career, over 0.8 kills per set more, and massive jumps in her efficiency as well.
Well, that's what it is for me more than anything, Emily, is the efficiency. Of course, as your career goes on, your kills per set is probably going to jump up, but the efficiency as well, when you're going high volume and high efficiency, that's so difficult to defend.
Yeah, and Rebecca Alec approached the offseason different than we've seen her in years past. She's been watching a ton of film of professional middle blockers across the world. She's gotten a lot stronger to do things like that. But man, she's always been known as a good defensive middle, great blocker up front. This is the biggest reason and the biggest jumps that we've seen from her. She's just completely taken charge. She's gotten faster, stronger, and quicker as a middle, and that's translated to good offense.
She said in a press conference this week she was holding a grudge against Penn State. That felt like a swing that was holding a grudge. Shoved into the block, it's tooled by Landfair, and Nebraska already has set point and 18 of them to work with. From Rebecca Alec, 25-6.